Okay, so in this video we're going to work on our parallax scrolling background. So we've got it this far, but we've got this problem where all the four images scroll from right to left, and they're looking okay, but we need to fix it up so that it's actually they leapfrog, so that it does the sort of eternal, endless scrolling. So just to review quickly, we're loading in our four graphics. City 3 and City 4 are sitting off to the right hand side of stage, and all four of the graphics are calling this scroll city function. Remember, a function is just a group of instructions, and they when they call it, so when any one of these calls it, they pass themselves into the function as self. So we then, no matter whether it's City 1 or City 2 or whichever one, it just becomes self, and it's changing its X position. It's updating it and saying, make my X position equal to my current X position, but -3 pixels. And so what actually happens then is, because we're saying -3, so it's constantly adjusting. So it started, well, one of them started at 0, the other one started at 480. And it's constantly saying, hey, remember, it's 30 times a second on the frame rate, so make my position 3 pixels less than it was, which just scroll it to the left. If you want to make it go faster or slower, you just change this figure here. Okay, so what we need to do though is create a rule in here that says if it's true that self.x, if your x position is less than -480, then we want to do something, and else, if it's not, we want to do something else. Okay, so what do we want to do? If well, I'll just type it out and then we'll see it in action. So if it's true that your x position is at -480, which in a sense means it's way off here, like it's way off the left hand side of the phone. If that's true, then we want to say make your x position equal to 480, not -480, just 480. So leapfrog it over to the right hand side of the screen. Else, well, that's when we keep our original thing. Make your x position minus, say, 3. And okay, so again we got this function, scroll city. All four of those graphics or variables are calling it 30 times per second because it's an enter frame event. There are other sorts of events, like when you touch the screen or do anything, but just remember the enter frame event. If you need things like animation or movement, anything to repeatedly occur, like we need the X property of these graphics to constantly be updated, then you want to use an enter frame event, and they're called 30 times per second in Corona. So this function just contains a group of instructions. It's been called 30 times a second. Once the variable calls a function, it's then referred to as self in here. So self at different times means City 1, City 2, City 3, City 4, or whoever else wants to call this function, not that anyone else will. Okay, so what do we got here? Well, it's always good just to test what we got. So let's see, we got these things, and we got this gap here, but I think this should work. Let's just keep an eye on it. So it's moving, and here we go. But yeah, it's more or less working. Still a couple of things to fix, but we've got an endless scroll. So we'll fix the gap in a moment. But one thing you might notice, it's not parallax at the moment. Like the background and the foreground are moving at the same speed. So we're going to fix that up right now. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to City 1 and City 2, and we're going to create our own variable, local, or basically on this variable already. So we've already got a variable. We're going to create a variable inside this variable, and don't worry too much, it's pretty straightforward. So we're saying, hey, City 1, we're going to create something called speed. Now, one distinction here is X and Y are built-in properties, so they're variables of this graphic, but they're built in, and X and Y are they're there, and you can adjust. That's how you adjust the position. And there's plenty of other sort of built-in variables or properties. Here we're creating our own. Speed is not like a built-in one, but it's just a variable where we can add a number like this. So we're going to say, hey, make the ore speed for the back one, say 1. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste that. So city 2 is going to be that as well. And then going to do the same thing here for city 3, but we're also going to make its speed 2, so it's going to be faster. So copy that, and then last one is city 4, and its speed is going to be 2. So we've got our own variable on each of the 4 variables we already created called speed. And how we're going to use that is we're going to say here, make your x position equal to yourself minus your speed property self dot speed. Okay, you got to read this though as the number. Okay, so for city 1, city 2, it's going to be a value of 1 because that's what we assigned it to. Here, city dot speed equals 1. For city 3 and city 4, it's going to be 2. And the effect it's going to have is if we go over, here we go. So now we've got it scrolling. So that this one is moving 2 pixels per frame every 30 times per second. The background's only moving 1 pixel, and we get our parallax effect. And we've still got the gap, so let's just fix that up. So easiest way I find is just rather than go the full 480, just go to 477. Actually, we can leave that 480. Let's check that. This just means it'll hop back a bit earlier, and hopefully that gap's gonna be solved. If not, we can just adjust it a bit more. I think that's it. There's a tiny gap, but that's fine. So yeah, it's pretty seamless now. So we'll leave that video there, and in the next one we're going to get that jet going and get it moving up and down for when we touch the screen. Okay.